Right, okay, great. Finally, back on a stream after, I don't know, about 17 years. I promise the next one will be within the next 16 years. I thought the pandemic would allow me to do a lot more streaming, but unfortunately not, due to, I don't know, stuff happening in the world. So we're going to try things a little bit differently this time. I now have a new keyboard, one of these kind of things, and it comes with a spare what's the word, number keypad, and I don't use the number pad, so I've hijacked it for lots of Twitch controls. Well, not Twitch control, OBS controls. So everything should be at my fingertips instead of doing these crazy control combinations I usually did. Right, so the SAS has increased post-COVID. Indeed, I'm supposed to be getting a first vaccination tomorrow, so obviously if I try to do this stream in 2 days, I'd be hot fever and stuff like that. Right, moving straight on then to the Golem, which is the first of 5 games I hope to cover tonight. I say hope to. I always tend to go over the end of the time I'm supposed to cover. Right, so the Golem is this game. How do I change this? Ah, yes. Okay, so it should appear any second. There we go. So the Golem came out last year, September 2020, at the same time roundabouts as a Monsters Expedition, which then, of course, everybody started talking about because, you know, pushing logs around was the biggest thing during a pandemic that excited everybody. So after that, I promised I'd go back to the Golem, which actually Alan Hazelden had actually mentioned on that you should have a go at this. And so I did have a go of it, and yeah, I haven't actually finished it yet. It's a pretty simple Sokoban game. So we'll just take you through it. So there are 6 zones. Oh, I think my volume's too loud. I've just reduced that a little bit. Deafening myself. Oh, I seem to have clicked into the game. Let's come back out of that. Thank you. Quit zone. Right, so so there are 6 zones, and initially you only have this one open to you, and as you do more puzzles, then others will open to you. So I haven't finished everything, as you can see. First zone is completely finished, but the rest, not so much. You know, but I'm hopeful. So let's go to the first zone. Let me just explain the basics. Okay, so this is the first zone and the first level. So here we got it. It's a Sokoban game, and what you have to do is push these little blocks up against these plus symbols, and then they expand. And that's all there is to it. And as you can see in the top left corner, that says 1 out of 3. I've got to get all of the plus blocks used up. So plus pads, plus floor spaces. So I've got that one, and then I've just got this one left up the top right here. So that's not looking too good, is it? Yeah, that's I can't push that up there. One thing I will mention right now, I don't like the undo graphical pizzazz so much. Let me just hold down Z, and I just find it a little bit kind of, I'm trying to concentrate. It's peaceful, it's a kind of melodic song in the background, and then suddenly this wavy lines everywhere. But apart from that, you know, that's only one of my 2 complaints about this game. So obviously this isn't going to work out. I can't get this piece up there, and what about this one? I could try and undo, push this out, and that's kind of stuck. No, I can push it down, but yeah, that's not really gonna go anywhere. So let's just restart it. Now there's nothing I can do here except push this down. There's nothing I can do, so that has to connect with that. And we already tried just now. We pushed this across, pushed it up, and there's just no way to get around here. So let's bring that back up here. So surely it's something to do with this one, but we just pushed it down, right? And it turned into an L, and I couldn't get it out of here anymore. So that can't go up the top either. So there's only one possibility left, which is to use this. to get this plus, to get out the way. Because if we can keep this the vertical rectangle intact, then we can get it up to the top here without much problem. So let's see. Let's push this down. That should push that down there and over across here. Is that good? Yes, we should just push that down there, out the way. Oh, careful, careful. Come around here. And I think we should just about be able to do it. And there we go. Spiral effect. So that's the first level. Oh yes, BFig just pointed out, and I did mean to mention it, the little scrapey marks on the floor, as if the floor is covered with dirt or sand. You also, if you look carefully, you also get little footsteps from the guy. Very, very faint footsteps. Now here you've got what I find with a lot of the levels is that actually they boil down to one problem. Not always, but quite a lot of them boil down to one problem. You look at them and think, well, what do I do here? And you can just try and sort them out. You know, just see what happens. Okay, fine, got that. What happens down here? Da, da, da. And then you've got this plus symbol standing out here. And that is the real problem with this level. If I try and use this piece instead, just push that there for now. Well, that just blocks up that whole area and I can push that across, but that's not going to sort it out. So how do you get that last plus down there? And so these levels are all about like just trying to figure it out, and you will not solve most of these levels through brute force. Maybe any of them. The Golem has been designed so that the levels need to be thought out, and if you haven't been able to think them out, then you shouldn't be playing it. I'd put it into the category of something like Stephen Sausage Roll. Oof, that's quite a high praise, really, in terms of it gives you only a few problems and then asks you to just figure it all out by yourself. Not in terms of mechanics, so to speak, which Stephen Sausage Roll is always throwing you, odd new mechanics to figure out, but more of, look, okay, I'm not going to step you through this. You've got all the pieces in front of you, just work it out. And some of these levels are kind of maddening. They look quite simple and you're going like, but I don't see what I'm supposed to do. How do I get around this problem? So you can't use this piece down the bottom and you can't use this piece down the bottom. So you're going to have to use them both. So maybe I can push this down and pull it back out before it's too late. No, that's not going to work, because if there's no way I can get around it all the way it goes down. So maybe I have to use the other one. Okay, one down. Is that enough maybe? Or if I get a second one. No, it's too far then. If I get the second one, I can't get around. So let's see if that works. Yeah, that's not looking good either, is it? Hang on. Right, he says. Right. Now I've confused myself. I worked through this yesterday and I was like, okay, I think I know I'm going to do this level. Oh, maybe I do that. Go back to this one. Then I can push that across. Ah, there we go. Big spiral. Romanos 14 says, I'd say the great thing about SSI is that it didn't throw new mechanics at you like Laser's abilities. It was there all along. That's true. I guess what I'm trying to say with Stephen Sausage Roll had a few mechanics, but they had so many different ways of interplay and the way you could turn your body and what happened with the fork and everything like that. There was so much depth there. Well, whereas I find the Golem doesn't have the same sort of, huge number of mechanics and interplay. That it's actually fairly simple, but it's sort of maddening that you have to figure out how to do these apparently simple levels with just these small tools. Now, the Golem, I think for everybody, gets hard pretty quickly. I mean, I've done through those first 2 levels and I can sort of work them out. And I've had a lot more experience with the Golem by this point, but still, I think if I pick out one of these levels at random, you'd probably watch me flounder. But you do have to sit there and think about, they're not meant to be just like try random things and see what happens. Although, you know, sometimes the solutions come to you like that. So deletion is the next zone, and these now add negative blocks. And so when you push a piece onto a negative block, as this example shows you, it vanishes. And so it's the same thing. You've got to get rid of all these minus blocks, just like the positive blocks. So again, how would I appraise the level when I look at it? So there's a piece up here that, well, that can't really go anywhere. It can't go up or down. I pull it back. Right? Even if I push it over once, there's no way I'm going to be able to push that down. There's no space of 4 blocks that it can be pushed down. So the only piece I can really play with is this. I'm obviously a bit suspicious about why this is here at all. And so I have to use this to do all the work. So how can I do that one at the top? That one at the top's quite tricky, but oops, undo. Can be done. And then I could take one out there, maybe one up there. Now where do we go? And this is where I think, is this? So I can see this one spot up here has to be done with a single square. You can see I've got 4 pieces left. 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. I've got 4 on the screen. Every single part of this has to be used to get rid of one of these negative blocks. And yeah, I'm not going to be able to get any progress here. You can see I move up here. And yeah, that's not going to work either. And for some reason my keyboard has started behaving very slowly. So much for my cool keyboard ideas. I'm gonna have to reset it. Well, it won't open. Let's see. For some reason my new lovely keyboard is fine like 99% of the time, and all of a sudden starts behaving very erratically. And I think it's batteries, and then I change the batteries and it's still behaving erratically. Okay, it seems to be a bit okay at the moment. Right, so that's not going to work. Now I have to do that. That's has to be done. So maybe it's the order I do this. I tried taking this H here all the way up to the top, and that didn't work. So maybe I try and do this one. Let's try that, see what happens if I get rid of that. And I can get rid of that. I think I'll try doing this one first. I think the idea is to try and get rid of as many as possible. Oop, too foul. Right, now we're talking. And then I can edge in here. Now, I cannot push this. If I push this across, so say I can't push it up. And even if I push it at the top, I can't push it down. The only way to get this in is if I push it in here, and then suddenly the top piece shows its appeal. It's like a transport mechanism. Oh, one. There we go. Push that down. I think see we're there now. Up. And across. So I'm not really going to show you too much more of the levels, but I will show you, like, I'll jump ahead and show you the kind of problems I'm having. I've decided to take this at my own pace, you know, do a level every now and then. I thought I was making fairly good progress over, I don't know, a couple of weeks initially, but there came a certain point where I just was like, oh, you know what, I just need to like do something else. So in the descent levels, you have these pieces which fall vertically. So rabbit hole is one I've spent a lot of time on. So, like I said, a lot of levels have this, basically they've got one problem and you're working towards solving that one problem. And the problem in this level is that plus in the corner. I've got to put something down here to touch this plus symbol. Now if I push even at a block of 3 here, or 2 or 1, it doesn't matter, I can't push it down. So, okay, what do I do? Well, the only solution is this, as we say, vertical block, this heavy block, which will fall down the screen like that. Now I can't push it along, so there's only one solution. It's got to be longer, which means I have to somehow get that plus block extended by 3 to a block of 3. And there are, sorry, not that plus block, that down, that vertical heavy block, let's call it a heavy block. I've got to get that heavy block, I've got to extend it to be a rectangle of 3 wide, using the 2 pluses on the screen. So I have literally got to get that triangle not just upwards here, but up here. And this is a problem of a lot of the heavy block levels. You find you're trying to push them upwards, and God, that is not easy, as I will now show you. So I'm underneath it, great, it's not falling, and I can push it up, fantastic. But this, what am I going to do here? What am I going to do? Because if I move left, it just falls right back down. So, Vivek saying, reminds me of one of the levels in Barber is you. That's a game I haven't gone back to for a long time, which I haven't finished yet. So I've actually got really, really close to the end of this level. To give you an idea about how you might try and get the plus out, but this isn't get the heavy block out, but it's not the whole story. Think about something like this. You can try and push something in here and try and dig it out sideways. It took a while to come up with that idea, and I was really pleased with myself when I did, but God, it was so fragile. I actually have got to the point where the 2 block, and I was just getting it up here to connect with the 3 block. This is extremely hard to get this together, because it's very delicate. If they just touch, then these things just explode into action, and it doesn't work. Every time I've done it, it screws up. So close. It drives me mad. Let me just tell you about the one other thing I don't quite like about the Golem's puzzles. Apart from the fact that there are some levels which have extra blocks which aren't needed, and you might find that upsetting, but it's actually quite deliberate. It's to make sure you understand what you're doing rather than to confuse you. It's been okay, to be honest. When I spotted it, I thought, wait, I didn't need that block. But it didn't hinder the solution because I'd thought my way through the solution. So I suppose it makes sense. But with these minus blocks, something that bugs me is that here I'm going to push this piece down and it turns into this upper L piece and a smaller dash here. Or I can turn it into these 2 larger 3 pieces, or I can turn it to a little 2 block and a bottom L. And I find that hard sometimes. I feel like it's creating lots of permutations in my head and I can't quite resolve them. It shouldn't necessarily be that difficult to do that, but I find it easier when I'm presented with pieces and I think, how am I going to move these around? But when there's this possibility of to split them up, I find it really interferes with the way I think about the level, and I do find myself kind of not brute forcing but falling into the trap of trying to play with it a lot because I need to see the different possibilities. But yeah, I mean, that's the one thing I get a bit groany when I have a level like that. But saying that, I got very, very far in this level. I'm not going to give up with this, and I'll plug away at it. But if you like your puzzle games more like the early part of Monsters Expedition, which is like it's not too difficult. It steps you through. There's lots of tutorialing. This is not the game for you. This is more of a game if you enjoyed Steven's Sausage Roll. You like that kind of hard, like, here you are, here's some stuff, work it out, I'm going to the bar. That's the kind of game this is. Right. So I think that's all I want to say about the Golem without spoiling all the surprises of all the different block types. Let's see. I didn't say anything about who the game was by or anything, did I? Yeah, this is by Dom Camus. It's currently priced at $7.19. Let me switch to footing screen. And it's only available on Windows, I'm afraid. So let me just give you the link to Steam for that. There you go. Salty Horse. It's very weird that it's in 3D and your feet are in the air. I know, it is true. Sometimes I find the positioning of the feet occasionally messes with my head, but it's not usually that difficult to deal with. Okay, so I will... Anything else I want to say about it? Nope, that's it. Right, so next up is the Eternal Castle, which I wanted to show for different reasons. It looks great, but I can't recommend it. So let me just kill off the Golem. Can you kill off a Golem? I don't know. Right, let's go back into game. I'm going to need to move my head, I think. Okay, so I basically got this because it looked lovely. So the full title is The Eternal Castle Remastered. It's from 2019, and the idea of it, no, I don't want to continue. The idea is it's supposed to be so like a lost game from 1987, which they've remastered for modern on modern computers. When actually it's fictitious. There's no original game from 1987. So it was a lovely idea, but go for it. Yeah, so you get text like this quite a lot. I actually went through this and read it, but knock yourself out, freeze frame this later on or something, but I didn't actually follow the story very well. Okay, so I can be Adam or Eve. So I'm going to be Eve. I'll just step out for this. So I really love the look of it, and it reminds me much of, you know, Flashback, that sort of game, you know, Another World, or Out of This World for American watchers. And as we go on, I'll try and make it clear why I don't like it. But it's just so good, you know, so let's get moving. So VFix is talking a bit about something CGA-esque. It's not part of my childhood. I kind of missed the PC boom. I wasn't part of PCs until 97. So already we're getting a lot of color Windows 95 and stuff by that point. That was not something that this purple and blue stuff was not familiar to me at all. But I recognize it all over the internet. Right. Oh, okay, I'm supposed to kick that. That's an example, a very quick example, that, okay, this black thing is now a solid boundary where other black things weren't. You can see at the top left, the pink at the top there is my health, and the blue is my stamina. Prince of Persia and CGA. I never played Prince of Persia. Right, I think we have to hit this. Wait a second. No, okay, I have to pick that up. Which is the B button it hasn't told me about. Okay. So there's these things you can look at. Feels like a dream. You know, there's things to read. Okay, I'm not going to go through that. All right. There's lots of text there. Okay, so here we are, and we walk up to this, sit next to Symbol to meditate. And so, yeah, that's effectively a checkpoint. It's not clear, it wasn't clear for a while, but it was a checkpoint, but that's what it is. Because it gives you some cheaty checkpoints on the next few screens, because you can die very easily. VFig's saying, yes, it's very inspired by Another World. It does feel like that. There's a dog. Can you pet the dog? No. And yes, so it's a acid lake, as you can see from the symbol here, and the fact that the dog blew up. Blew up? No, disintegrated. So I'm gonna have to jump over that. Okay. Okay, so don't do that. Let's keep on going. Oh, okay, I have to do this again. Let's not bang that. Wow, okay, right, good. Okay, what's this? Ah, that's another checkpoint. I jumped. I think if I jump, it causes those things to collapse. I have played through this entire game and finished it. I just need to be clear about that, but I haven't played it for a while. Just run. Just run. What? Why did that fall? I don't know why that fell. Okay. Okay, running. Okay, so just to show you, like, this is like the frustrations I started to get, where I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Do I have to trigger that falling with a jump or something? I guess it's just resting delicately, so... Oh, okay. Oh, I got them, I guess. Right. I'm not 100% sure why that works and doesn't work. Okay, great. Oh, God. Right, did you hear me? Yeah, that is the easiest way to get rid of that guy. I actually went through this and tried shooting him several times, but he always seems to have the upper hand. Never seem to be able to kill him with the shooting. And then you just press the thing here. Again, it's just like the lack of... It's got that another world style of like try again, try again, try again. But the problem is, it's difficult sometimes to see what you're actually supposed to touch and work with. There was simply no indication that this was something to touch. It was similar to something in the previous rooms. And this kind of problem happens all the way through the game. And some of the boss fights are... this movement is very kind of fluid. And, you know, you can... I can't turn back quickly because I'm running. Let me run, let me turn around. And... I spend so much time like just getting killed because I can't move in quickly enough to react to bosses and things. I mean, eventually I did it, but right, I want to pick that up. B. Okay. What's this? Yeah, I remember that was coming. Okay, something here. I'm just shooting away. I guess you got to get it to stop, try and attack you, and then it becomes vulnerable. Okay, there it is. It's down. Right. So I get that thing from its head, make my way out. So like VFig says, he cannot stand playing this kind of game, but he does love the way it works. And yes, I mean, this game looks extraordinarily good. I really love it, and there's plenty of things in this game which are really well done, but I couldn't put myself through the hell of it more than once. So because of the simple color scheme, it's difficult to distinguish between what's something you're supposed to pay attention to and what and something you're not supposed to pay attention to. Is it a thing to climb? Is it a thing to kill you? Right. And here we get the titles. So you need to fix your glider, and you need to get parts for it. So we've done one. We've got one piece, and we need another 3 pieces. So we can either go to here. Oh, my head is in the way of the description. This is the Unholy Church, and the top right is Forgotten City, and bottom left, or top on the left is Ancient Ruins, and at the middle, of course, is the Eternal Castle itself, where you're trying to get to. So I'm going to just go to the Unholy Church because I think is the one that's best suited to explain, just show my major frustrations with it. Cinematic platformers, yeah, that's a good term for it. As opposed to responsive ones. Okay, checkpoint time. And you can still see the castle in the background there. Notice I've got a gun with just 2 bullets left from the previous, coming back, the previous level. So I've got a new weapon I can choose to use, which is a shotgun with 2 shells. I can go back to my other weapon if I want to. And this is... Okay, this is telling you the time to your destination. Distance to C. I don't know what C means, but it's 245 meters. It's going down. Cold breeze creeps through your skin. Okay, so it goes dark immediately. Now, it's just kind of getting hard to see. Okay, so there's something bad over there, and I've tried fighting it with my fists, and it did not work very well. And one thing you have to know is if you run out, if something's chasing you and you go to a different room, it will just follow you, just like in, you know, another world and stuff. They won't stay on a particular room. They'll come after you. So I need to... How do I crouch? There we go. Okay, that's dead. That's half of my shotgun shells gone. Now there's another one over there, if you can see it, just wandering about. Okay, that's dead. Now I have no weapon left. Oh, there's another one there. If I could just run past it. Oh, it's got me. There's another one. So I'm just running. Oh, there's another one at the top there. See if I can punch it if it gets close to me. Ah, got me in the back. Oh, and it jumped at me and killed me. So, that's pretty much, you know, that's what happens. And it's very difficult to see, and I hated that level a lot. It actually improves a little bit once you get past this section, but that area is full of dogs, and that also kills me if I actually get through there. So, I mean, I played through the whole thing, and it has some really lovely set pieces. And if you ever you watch the trailer, there's loads of stuff like that. But there's far too much just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I can't see where I'm going. Or was I supposed to notice that tiny hot spot on the screen there? And so I was with gritted teeth, I finished it. And there's some extra kind of DLC. It was added later. You get a whole extra game to play through. Let's see if I come out. I don't know what I've done. What? Did I just start the next level? I think I did. Yes. Okay. Let's. Do I have to press escape? Ah, yeah. There we go. Escape. Yeah, there was like this Lost Tales, the duel I played through, which is just like lots of fights, which it's quite fun actually. And then there's this Sacrifice sort of extra exploration game. So you're this character in some other area. I don't know if it's got anything to do with the main story or not. You can go into these tents, and you can also go straight in to danger. Oop. Yeah, those guys will just kill you. Yeah, I have a problem. Oop, trying to get up there. I often get kicked off like that. And here we get to a kind of insta-death moment. You literally can't jump across there. You have to go down. And I can't remember. Do you just fall? Oh, yes, you do. Ooh, very good. If you fall all the way down, you will die because it's just too far. The tiny characters. Right. Oh, okay, that goes through there, obviously. And that's locked. You have to go this way. Yeah, I'm just going to smash buttons. Okay, very good. Something here. Whoa, how did I end up there? What's that about? Did I find a bug? Right, so I don't think I was supposed to go up the top there. Teleporter, I don't think so. Let's try that again. Yeah, it's supposed to be gears to open up that door. I've never had a jump up there before. I haven't actually finished this game. It's just I'd already had enough frustrations with the main game, so that's pretty harsh, isn't it? But you know what? He's going to kill me anyway. So okay. So there you go. That's all I'm going to show you of the Eternal Castle. You can keep on playing if you want to. So yeah, I think it's a really lovely looking game, but very, very frustrating. You might get all you need out of it by watching a YouTube video, unfortunately. So anyway, let's go back to the loading screen. I should give you the link for that. Here's the main website. And that's the eternalcastle.net. And what? Yeah, it's $5.99 stream. It's just come out on Switch a little recently for $14.99. So I think that's a bit of ask for it, but yeah, I think we'll move on then to Post Void. Now I have to give you some warnings here about epilepsy because there's some flashing images in this one, and also when you play it, it's probably going to do your head in. I mean, it does my head in. I feel very hot and aggressive to the world when I'm playing it. So let me start up Post Void again. If you have any epilepsy, probably better to jump out now. Oh, I should move my face back down to the bottom right. So this is just like a random thing. I saw some pictures of it and I thought, ooh, I'm gonna have to try this. So let me just show you the tutorial first. Post Void, when did this come out? Oh, it must have been last year. So it's just like a first-person shooter. I notice I've got a black bar at the bottom of my screen. Why is that? Oh well, too late to fix it now, huh? And I can slide. Okay, so yeah, this thing you see here is actually your health. When it runs out, you should die. But as we're in the tutorial, you're not going to die. I didn't know that. It just said it was your health. But I didn't realize that it just runs out, which basically means you're going to die very quickly unless you get that more liquid in it. Okay. Kill enemies to regain liquid. There you go. More liquid. So that's how I played the tutorial. I thought, oh, okay, so I'll just like, you know, shoot carefully. And I didn't realize that I'm on some sort of crazy timer. So there you go. That's all there is to it. Okay, so we're going to start off. It's basically kind of like it's a procedurally generated shooter. You have 11 levels, and if you die, you have to start again. So my games generally don't last very long. Let's see how it goes. All right. Oh, where am I going? Ah, there we go. I lasted 20 seconds. There you go, that's the end of the stream tonight. Hotline Miami FPS is about right, I think. That's how it feels like. The one thing that bothers me about the game is when the time runs out, it starts going 1, 2, 3, like where you want to aim at. You're like, I can't say what I'm trying to shoot. You're killing me with numbers. Accuracy 22%, very bad. Oh, very bad. Oh, I'm feeling sick that I haven't managed to get through with just one level. So you can stop and turn on if you want to, but it's usually quite dangerous. You don't really want to get anything to go past you because they'll shoot you from behind. Oh, there's a lot of people here. Okay. Oh. Oh, too many people. Oh, I did shoot that guy there. Yes, the flashing images when you die. That's where the epilepsy thing I'm really getting at. Oh God. You know, I got to like level 3 when I was trying this yesterday. Oh my God, that was terrible. Something behind me. Oh, he crept into the corridor. Oh my god. I don't know what it looks like in Twitch. Oh my god, it's really bad, isn't it? Something behind me. God. Fortunately, I'm recording this as well. I wonder what the version looks like that I'm recording on my PC. Oh, they do have a habit of moving fast if they get close to you. I think it's just the nerves of doing this in front of people. Maybe I should... Oh, don't you dare. Oh, my god. My god. Almost straight corridors. I did it! Yay! I can stop. So this is the entrance to the second level, and you get a choice of an upgrade. So less slow down when touching enemies, more liquid in the idle, slows down enemy bullets. Let's go for more liquid in the idle. Yeah, I was definitely lucky with lots of straight corridors in that one. Go in again. Hello. Ah. Anyway, you saw the second level. There are 11. I mean, I'm never, ever, ever going to finish this. And I find it quite intense when I'm playing it, but I like the time I spent with it. It's just it's a mad kind of thing. So if you find that kind of twitchy shooting your kind of thing, and hopefully maybe the version I upload to YouTube will be better than what you're seeing on Twitch right now, then go for it. It's post forward from YCJY Games. Currently just priced £2.33 because it's not a big game, and only on Windows, I'm afraid. All very Windows stuff today. Let's go back to the loading screen, and I will give you the Steam link for it. Right, so let's move on to Wildfire. So I'm not quite sure how well I'm going to do in this. It's very easy to spend a long time on Wildfire, which is why it's kind of like the headline item. Let's see how it's going. Oh, GOG is syncing. Come on, give it to me. It takes a while to start at Wildfire. So this is by Sneaky Bastards. I was provided with a key to play this because I was curious because it got mixed reviews, and I was interested to see what the fuss was all about. I expected it to be a well-made game, and the reviews weren't showing it up. So I kind of asked for a key just to see. And yeah, I mean, I actually like Wildfire, and I can see why people don't. So let's take a look at it. I'm going to start a new game. We'll just go through the tutorial quickly. Was Wildfire eclipsed by Noita? I don't think so. Wildfire came out last year in May, and I think Noita was earlier. Save profiles. Shall we? I don't make a new game. I think I have to erase data, right? Erase data. No. Save profile. Let's change to another save profile. I'll just erase the data on this profile. Yes. New game. Right. Single player. I've never played this in co-op. That should be interesting. Oh my god, I haven't switched it back to the game yet. It's coming. So the graphics are pretty swish in this. The pixel graphics are very good. I do find the guard voices very endearing. I find them annoying myself. They're all the time because they seem so much louder as well as all the other sounds in the game. I'm gonna just skip through dialogue pretty quickly because this is just a tutorial. Locate the VIP. So you got jumping, and then you can, if I just hold down left trigger, then I can do some sprinting. So, first important thing, this is sort of a stealth game. I say sort of, because if you play it like Thief, it will not work for you. So you can hide in grass, and now this is a ledge, you can drop down, so because we can't climb up here, it's too high. First, climb down, so you could hold on to it or just go straight in the water, and we should see an oxygen meter. Obviously death is imminent as soon as the O2 runs out, and these vines you can climb. Let's jump over to this one, and we're here to pick up the poultry. Right, you can't just jump fall long distances, you will die. Okay, so I can throw it. Don't worry, don't spend a lot of time chasing after chickens. Now, good point, you can climb vines while carrying things, but there are certain things you can't do while carrying things. Oh, that's nice. But yeah, like you can't hide when you're carrying something, and that is so important because you will spend a lot of time carrying something, and that something is usually like fire or earth or water. Okay. Creepy green meteorite time. Right. Still... Oh, I'm supposed to give the chicken over to this guy. You can start to see the little pulsing. That's the sound. Sound is shown as a ring. So you can put them in there, or if you make a mistake you can hit him over the head and knock him unconscious. Let's not do that anymore. I'll work him up with my movement. So it's try to give you some ideas of mechanics so you can leap out of bushes and frighten people, that sort of thing. Can you actually do that in a game? I think I ever did that. Right. Yeah. Okay, so... I'm going in there, obviously. Work our way through. Oh, so you get a slide if you push down on the L button when running. So let's show you that. Nice. Feels good. I love that slide. Yeah. So you can land safely and silently on grass, which is really, really important. Go over the top or go on the bottom? Can I even go over there? I don't think I can reach it. Right. Again. Now, see that effect there? I dropped a little bit further than I went through. This isn't scripted. This is environmental, you know, mechanics in the game. And there's a lot of that all the way through. And there's a lot more. There's a lot more than you'd even expect. And it's surprising how many things like react to other things and what can happen in the game. And that's a lot of the joy in the game, is seeing the environment pop in ways like that, where you're, as you move around it, things happen because you make mistakes. Okay, let's touch it. Okay, something's happened. So, I'm in the grass, I can't be seen. I don't even try and just stand up and jump over the enemies, because if that happens, they're like walls. They'll hit you and knock you back. You won't be able to just run past them. Creep out. Now, this is designed to, this is a tutorial bit where you have to basically alert the guard. See, they're climbing over. They will come at you. Now what happens? And I can just wait here. The only thing is, they might not return to where they came from. This is really interesting. You know, a lot of games where the guards will go back to their patrol routes, but I find in Wildfire, they don't do that. If they end up in a different position, they might just stay there. And that will give you a new problem. And you can, there are ways of negotiating those new problems, but that sort of, as I said, the way I feel about it, it's like a chaos engine. That kind of chaos that it generates by accident is what gives the game a lot of pop. All right. Okay. So if I've now been told I can whistle with the left button.
Huh.
And I can escape. Oh my god. So I say, if you can't, don't even try to jump over. It's not going to happen. Now you can see the full scene I accidentally didn't show you at the start. You can summon a fireball to your hands from any nearby source of flames in the environment. That's where it gets the term Wildfire from. So you can throw the fire anywhere. Now, it's being quite nice to you here because fire is actually a finite resource. This fire is infinite. You can keep on taking fire from it forever, but normally you can only put fire on something, take fire out of something, and the fire is gone. So you can survive fire for a little while, but you will catch fire eventually. So I'm going to have to set fire to this. Oh, it's already set in light. The graphics of the fire burning is pretty good, I find. Let's run through. Right. Now, I need to burn through that. But I'm picking up the fire from the burning wood, because otherwise I'll have to find some way of getting the fire from the other side across the water. Now you can do that, but it's much easier now. I'm just carrying it and waiting for it. I can pick it up again. There we go. I had to give on press and B there just to make sure I picked it up. But they gave you some fire in here anyway. Now you can burn... Oh. Yeah, okay. Right. Now, you can burn this vine, and the vine will catch light and burn all the way down there. And there's no hope for this guard now. This guard is gonna die a horrible death. So you may feel like you don't want to do this, and you know, I'm a pacifist when it comes to Thief. But look at the flames though, look at the flames here, it's really good. Someone died, but the flames look very impressive. Now, I guess I'm just gonna have to run across. There we go. Now we'll talk about grass and vines a bit more later on. So okay, then the adventure map begins. So there are various different zones, like the forest here, then there's the mountains, caves and mountains, and then there's the city at the end. So I'm not going to read that. Oop. I almost got myself detected. Make 2 soldiers panic. Right, so what I could do to make them panic, I could just set light to the grass. So when we got some of that fire now. Now you notice when I grabbed the fire, I was now visible. You can't hide in the grass when carrying something. And as I said, if you carry fire, it's carrying something. So I can go over here as well. Please turn around. Yeah. There we go. Did I make them panic? I hope so. Can I find out on a stats screen? Yeah, done it. Good. Come back to that screen in a minute. Oh, I'm gonna have to run with that. Go. Now notice the grass now is black. It can't hide you anymore. And it makes a lot of noise. So burning grass is a one-way ticket to not so much fun. Okay. Now I've got to get out of this somehow. So I'm going to wait for this guard to go the other way. Jump up. There we go. Oh, well done. Right, so what am I going to do here? Let's try and do this a bit more stealthily this time, I guess. Oh, could have made a noise then, couldn't I? Now, if I grab that fire, I won't be able to hide in this grass. Oh, like a pickpocket. And you just get, like, Kickstarter names if you pickpocket anybody. I mean, it's a nice thing to do. You don't get any rewards for it, but, you know, all thief habits die hard. And that's the end of the level. Right, so now what's interesting here is that there are these achievements in every level to be not detected and no kills and no save reloads. Now, no save reloads is not something I managed to keep on going all the way through the game. No kills is something I had to give up on eventually as well, because sometimes it's just like, you know, I am not putting up with the frustration I'm going through right now. And undetected, sometimes, not always. You know, too many times you'd screw up and be seen. Now the thing is, every time you get any one of these little side objectives here, you'll get a spirit point, and these are useful for building up your spirit powers, and we're going to find more about this in a second. And I find the optional objectives are not always achievable. I often find that different objectives are sometimes orthogonal to each other. Now, I don't know 100% here if it's really true, but it was hard to make two soldiers panic without being discovered the first time by grabbing the fire. And maybe it wasn't possible. I felt like it wasn't possible to do that goal without being discovered. Now, here, obviously, it's it might be possible. It's just very hard, but I'm pretty sure there are other levels where they ask you to do things and they sort of contradictory. They contradict other goals, and you'd have to do those levels again to get those other achievements. But that's just my opinion. Generally, it feels good, all this kind of platforming, the kinetic, the physics of it. Yeah, Bevik's just mentioning that wasn't clear to him when he first played is that a lot of the level design and option objectives are made with a view towards New Game Plus, so you can replay the game with all the skills and powers you picked up throughout the game, for the entire game. And yet, there were a few objectives where like, I don't think I can do that. I was looking at it, I literally couldn't see it on one of the earlier cave levels, and I was like, I can't get this villager saved. Okay, so open coffin. Okay. Right, no problem. He's talking about these things. I'm going to talk about them in a second. You know, I can talk about it. So you can actually jump in coffins if you see. Oh, like close it. You can jump in the coffin, and you can hide in there. It's another hiding place if you've burnt all the grass in the area. You can even close the coffin if you want to. Right. Okay, I have to read the thing. Okay, finally I got the ability of Spirit Link. Your spiritual link to the elements resonates with ancient shrines. So basically it means you can do stuff with shrines. And your first view of the skills page. So you've got this like kind of skills tree. So currently you've got two ramps at the moment. You've got the fire skill tree, and you've got the spirit points there as well. We can't really do anything at the moment. At this point, you can only upgrade skills between levels. So those spirit points we got from all the optional objectives and from the no kills and things, that just builds up the skill, the spirit points for this green row here. It does not help with the fire points, with the fire skills, and also later on there's water and earth skills, and it doesn't help with those either. Those have to be built up differently. And the way you actually have to do that is that you have to throw. You see this shrine here. You have to throw into it fire, water, or earth, and that will give you 1 point. So you have to make this decision all the time. Okay, now I have that checkpoint, so I can get some fire from those checkpoints. I put it in there, I get a fire upgrade point, and that's that. That's now locked. You can't put anything else in there. It's done. Now, this game has a bias towards fire. You can get fire from the checkpoints. Can you get the others from things from the checkpoints? I don't think you could. I think it was only fire, right? And the whole game's called Wildfire, and it caused me for some time to think I had to use fire to get through all these different levels, but that's not the case at all. So I can go to the abilities page, and now I can spend my points. So I don't have enough points here to. I need 5 points to unlock this, and I can't go further along this row until I've unlocked that. I can, however, spend 1 fire point on this. Unlock it, yep. So now my fireballs I throw around will bounce. But notice this is 1 of 5, so this can be upgraded 5 times, so it can have more bounces. So the next, it bounces once now, so if I upgrade it more, you get 2 bounces. I actually didn't really add a lot of bounces because I found I was setting light to stuff I had no intention to set light to. So fire bouncing was a way to burn things you didn't want to. So I had the 1 bounce, but I don't know how many more bounces I added after that. Fire jump, which is a skill I used a lot. Smoke bomb, which I forgot I had. Fire bond, increase the amount of time it takes to catch on fire. Smoke ride. Yeah, see, I forgot I had some of these skills. I am very bad when there's too many things to remember. Reach the exit. So now I've got 3 fire source. Okay, I can't. If I want to keep the fire, I have to carry it over the top. So if I want to go to the bottom and stay stealthy, I can't. And the great thing is I can hang on to this rope bridge as well. Oh dear. I didn't realize there was someone down there. You can see this little fire shrine at the top there. So I really... okay, and now I need to show you one other thing. Meteor shard, fire slide. When holding a fireball, perform a slide to consume the fireball, increase your slide speed. So... So now I've got here, I don't have any fire. So I really need to go over the top. There's no way I can get through this. I think I was discovered. Now here's the thing, right? If I want to put the fire, I gotta get a fire upgrade point here. I'm gonna have to use that fire, chuck it in there, but then I have to go back and get some other fire. So you have these decisions to make quite a lot of the time, and you know, I try to use up as many of these points as possible, but there's a lot of time where I just gave up. Yeah, I'll take that. Fortunately, this grass is going to catch fire too. That's it. The levels are quite short at the beginning, they're more like little tutorials, but gradually it gets more and more difficult. So what I'm going to do is just show you basically the city level in my main game. Right, let's come out. Options. Title screen. Right, say profiles. And continue. So I'm just going to show you a little bit of, you can replay any of the levels at any time. So if you want to get more of the achievements or you don't feel your performance is very good, you can go back and have another go. And I did this once or twice, but generally so much chaos, I wasn't sure I was going to make things any better, but perhaps more practice would have been better to remember all the time, all the different, you know, skills I actually had at my disposal. Right. Okay, so now I have the ability, in this game I can use earth as well, so I can create vines as well. Fortunately, looks like I did do a great job there. There we go. That's better. So I have to find 3 notes in the city. What do I want to say? Right, let me stop momentarily and show you abilities. You see these equipped meteor shards? I can't change right now, but you can only change them on the map screen or near a checkpoint. And these are all the meteor shards I found. This isn't everything, but I've got a lot of them, and you can only use 3 at a time. Some of them, I found I was using rocket terror a lot, which allows you to jump into the air and it scares people. So if you use the fire jump ability to launch yourself up, then it scares people off. There was another one where one free fright. The first person who sees you in the level will just run away, and I found that a lot of these were quite useful. I was kind of swapping the meteor shards back and forth, but there's a lot of, I'm going to put this, you have a lot of things at your disposal. You have to spend a lot of time looking at what you've got. Some of them I just didn't find I used at all, like wet hair. When dripping wet after leaving enemy bobcats are unable to smell you. Maybe I should have used that at the bobcat level, which a lot of people hate the bobcat level. I'm not going to show you bobcat level. Why would I do that to you? Meteor shards are clearly inspired by bone charms from Dishonored. Let's call them bone charms. So there's some more earth I can use. Oh. I've also got that ability. Oh no. Run. Okay. Yep, not... Okay. Oh. So this happens to me all the time. This is normal. Now I don't have any fire either. Oh, there's some fire. Let's just go. Oh, goodbye. Now the guards do spend quite a bit of effort trying to, you know, follow you or whatever. Oh, hang on. Can I use my water power? There we go. And there's one note to read. Goodbye. Can I jump across to the left there? Oh, actually, that's not open, is it? Not sure what I'm going to do here. Can the guards throw back flames at you? I don't think so. But if you're carrying a flame and they hit you, you'll lose the flame. So it can be very dangerous if they actually hit you. You'll just drop whatever you're carrying. Oh. Okay.
Huh? Huh.
Oh. Oh yeah, that's good. I dropped in his head. Okay. And I read the first note.
Huh.
Okay. One other thing I should mention, I keep on forgetting. You can pan the camera, which is absolutely vital. You can't see an entire level normally, but you can see quite a lot of it. And if you don't use this ability, earlier on I didn't realize I had the ability, and some of the levels just got really hard. And like, how was I supposed to know I'd just run into danger there? Because you have to make decisions. Do you go up or do you go right? You know, you're going to use fire to do it. You really need to know why you're going that direction. Anyway, I will stop there. I think that's enough of Wildfire to show you. It's a lot of chaos, as I just demonstrated, and I've just been using a lot of like random skills to get through this part of the level. One of the optional objectives here is to actually blow up all the buildings, which means getting rid of all these wooden walls, floors. You have to burn them all, and I actually did this, but it's not easy, and the more you burn, the harder it becomes to traverse the level. So it's something you really want to do towards the end, except that means you have to do a lot of backtracking. But you know, they're objectives, and if you do the objectives you get more bonus spirit points, and they're all useful. Okay, so a lot of environmental interaction there. Actually, you're talking in the chat about the environmental interaction. There's a lot of weird things that happen, like they can, you know, the archers can shoot the vines and the vines will fall. I fell on an archer's head and he went unconscious. And it doesn't teach you everything. A lot of things you'll just discover and go, oh wow, it does that, does it? So Wildfire, don't treat it as Thief. Try to treat it as a chaos game. The ending is the weakest part of the game. It's where all the fun and the complexity kind of boil down to something more linear, and there's even a boss fight at the end, which I can't recommend because I too many controls on this. I can't remember what I'm doing all the time, so I tend to be like plan and jump and run and execute my plan. But at the end, in the boss, you really have to be kind of quick. Do this, fight this. You know, you've got seconds sometimes before you're knocked off your feet. So that wasn't great, and I did a lot of screaming on the boss. But I might have a go at New Game Plus, although I don't think I'll hold on to Wildfire too much longer. I think I've had what I needed out of it. Oh, Vifig thought the boss was easy. Really? God, I struggled. I got my children to prove how bad it was. I was literally screaming. Right. This is taking a bit over the 1.5 hour mark. I don't intend to show you too much of Sensorium anyway, because this is a game I do not want to spoil. Oh my gosh, I should talk about talk about Wildfire, where you get it from. So yeah, it's only really available on Windows. It's currently £11.39 from Sticky Bastards. Again, just to mention, I got it from a key. I got it from a free key. Sorry, and let me give you the Steam link. There you go. Right, Sensorium, the last game. This came out August 2020. This is by Tad Caudle, and basically this game it's a Witness-like. I think that is the best way to describe it. And I finished this game over a matter of days, but I loved pretty much every moment I spent with it. So if you enjoyed exploring the Witness Island and finding all the puzzles, and sometimes finding hidden puzzles and things like that, this is a game for you. Don't come for this for any sort of story, however. So you just start out in this area. Okay, where are we going now? One thing about it, you get tearing. I get terrible tearing. There's no VSync item, so I get this terrible tearing when I'm playing it. Okay, so puzzle number 1. So there's a button. Second button. So this is a logic AND gate. You need 2 inputs to give you 1 positive output. So it's opened this door. And here we got a bit more going on. Combining them. But that comes from somewhere else. So we've missed something. Okay. All right, so that's that wire. I think I just heard it open. So come around here, and okay, so we've got quite a bit going on here. So let's turn on these for this AND gate. So we've got 1 input and we want the other input to come around. So you can see here we've got a switch on which comes to this, but then turns on. So this here is it's a NOT gate, or it's an inverter. If you put power in, you get nothing coming out. No power going in, you get an output coming out. God, sometimes I think I should listen over what I'm saying first. So that doesn't need anything. That's already got an input there. So we have 2 inputs into the main AND gate. And we get into this room. Okay. So, oh, that turns that off. So we want to put that back on. What about the second one? That's okay. What about this one? Yep. This is probably going to switch it off. Yeah, we want to leave that off. All right. So where's this yellow wire go? Okay, this door's open. So we got more going on in here. So, well, that's already on, so we don't want to mess around with that. But on the other hand, actually, we want this to be off, don't we? There we go. Turn that on. You turn that on too. And this should be... Okay, 1/2 of this is open. The other half is over here somewhere. Right, so we need this to be on. The double inverter. We're going to need this on as well, definitely. And this one. Oh no, we want that the way it was. It would stay like that. Turn that on. Oh, and now we can hear something moving. Juicy epistemology quotes. I don't have any epistemology quotes. Warnings. And then the game opens up. You've completed the tutorial area. You're on your own, son. And yeah, it's where you come out here and you're like, oh my god, where do I go? And why does that not do anything? There's a cross here. Alright. Alright, let's open this door then. What? Nothing happening. Hold it. Oh, if I hold it down, it works. Oh dear. What about around here? Okay, hold that down. Oh. So this one is like it charges up. So if you get power into it for for a brief period of time, it stays on. Okay, well, I'm not going to show you any of this because I don't want to spoil everything. Now I'm losing my voice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to not show any like doors anywhere. I'll just show you like wandering around the world a bit. When I say any doors a bit, I mean like rooms which are not like part of the main thrust of the game. Yes. And you're gonna go like, well, how do I do that? So Sensorium is supposedly split into, 5 zones, each one representing a different sense. This is the sound zone, and I will say that I think this offers better sound puzzles than The Witness. I enjoyed these much more. The one problem there, it's all black, which is horrible for figuring out where you are. Well, that was easy. I told you, it's much easier than The Witness. Oh, yeah, that's gonna... Okay, whatever that's doing. What about this one? What was that? Left. Okay. Yes, there we go. I remembered. There we go. Okay, so you can see this complicated mechanism here. It's just basically allowing it to go into an off and on state. So if it's off, it goes down the bottom, and if it's on, it's at the top. Obviously, you don't need to know any of that. That's just how the game rolls, which is really interesting. So I think there's a... This is why I don't think it's black. I can't see where the floor is, and I can obviously just fall off there. Another room in there. I think I have to jump here. Right. So notice no light there. That opens this other door. I'm not going to go much further here. Yeah, no more lights. And yeah, there are more sound puzzles that get more involved, and there's some really crazy ones in there, but it was very, very satisfying, gratifying to finish all of them. And as I said, I don't really want to show you too much of the game. I want you to, if you want to have a go at this, just have a go of it. There's lots to explore here. This isn't the way I wanted to go. I hope I just show you random doors and make you want to go explore them. Strange cross symbols everywhere. Oh, look, a door. And, you know, there are quite a lot of places to see. Oh, can I get in there? Oh look, a door you can't get through. Right, so yeah, I don't know how much more to say about it. There are a couple of, well, I don't know if I want to say dodgy puzzles. Some people found them really great. There are some puzzles which are there's one main puzzle I didn't like very much because it sort of operated in a different way to what I expected, and there's another which is quite cruel. And I'm not gonna explain why it's cruel, but the joy of coming here the first time and seeing all these doors and thinking, what's going on in here? Oh, look at that. Squares to press. I mean, there's not much more I can do to say, really. There's lots of there are hidden areas which you don't need to find. There's a whole like hidden like part of the game which is not part of the, you know, it's like The Witness. You know, you can get to the top of the mountain, you can go through the mountain, and you can finish up with the elevator, but you know, that's not all there is to The Witness, and it's the same here. Although you will not get any video at the end to watch if you find an alternative ending. Although I'm not really sure what happens. It can be called an alternative ending with Sensorium. But I was very sad when I got to the end of this because I really had a great time. What can I say? It's you know, if you want to play something more like The Witness, an open puzzle game which is really being put together with a lot of craft, then certainly play this. Watch out for the screen tearing, and maybe you can be like me and find a place where you can jump out of the map and escape the invisible walls and wander around outside. So that's Sensorium. I know I haven't shown you very much, but to show you too much would be like, you're killing the game. I should be clear. So you saw all those logic gates and stuff. Yes, there is a lot of that, but actually the meat of the game is not really quite solving logic gate problems. They're just sort of like the building blocks, what puzzles are built on. So you get a lot of stuff like like you saw in the sound. That's all about, there's logic gates in there, but the logic gates are just like the glue for that area. You're not solving logic gate problems, you're solving sound problems, and that's the same with the rest of the game as well. So that is Sensorium from Tad Caudle. Price currently £7.19, and Windows only again, I'm afraid. So let me go back to the loading screen, and I can give you a link for that. I've got the Steam link. I think it's also on itch. I don't have the link for that. So I think that's all about time my voice has for. All about time my voice has for. Wow, I am such an amazing writer. I hope to do another stream later this month, which will be purely a Death Crown domination run. So I will try and go through all 30 levels. It should take about an hour and a half, probably closer. And I should make it if I just play it safe throughout the play. I'll probably play a bit risky at times, just see if I can get through levels more quickly. So yeah, that's it. It's honestly, what time is it here? 11:15. We went for a nice long walk today, 5-hour walk through countryside, and it was lovely. But probably not good preparation for a stream where you sit in front of a computer, worry about your sunburn, and think like, where has my brain gone? So I'll be off now to play Post Void for the next hour to completely, utterly destroy the rest of my neurons. And I hope you do something entertaining as well. Maybe if you're in the UK, you sleep, and if you're not in the UK, I don't know, whatever it is you do in your part of the world. So thank you very much. Mogambo Kushwa.